Thank you for joining me for today's AI for Printers workshop. We're going to be hands-on. You just heard from Corey. For those of you that have joined live, Corey is in the audience today. So Corey, thank you as always for providing that testimonial of your experience with the AI MBA workflow prompt. We're going to be looking at that in detail today on one specific AI workflow prompt. And we all have a starting point. And perhaps you've already had your starting point and you're already using AI productively. Perhaps you've tried AI, but maybe you've been underwhelmed with the results of your experiments, or maybe today is your starting point. Wherever you're at on your AI journey, you'll find something you can use from today's workshop. And for the first time, we're going to be sharing the AI workflow prompt that we feature in the workshop. So stick around for the end. We'll make sure we get that AI workflow prompt in your hands. So I am Dave Holton, and if you don't know me, I'm the president of Marketing Ideas for Printers. I'm also a member of Simple Academy, and we are a community of the world's leading experts on AI skill development. And at Simple, our mission is to guide you through the transition to an AI-powered economy. My job is to help you as a commercial printer navigate that transition and guide you on the journey to becoming an AI workflow master. All right, AI workflow master. What does that mean? What does it mean when we say AI workflow master? Well, for clarity, this is a term that my AI community has invented to create a shared language around this idea and what we mean by an AI workflow master. Here's what it is. We take a look at this post on X. Andrew Wilkinson is a billionaire. He runs an internet holding company. You can kind of think of him like the Warren Buffett of internet companies. Well, this is his post on X for hiring for an AI-first director of finance. It's not a post for hype. He's running a serious business and he's hiring for a serious role. And the punchline of this post, he's looking for someone that can do the work of 10 people by using AI. And that's the reality we are in today. People applying for jobs need to demonstrate that they can do the work of 10 people with the assistance of AI. So that has some implications. That means a few things. That means that in your current role, just like the post says, he expects you to do the work of 10 people using AI. It also implies that you are going to be able to learn new skills and new roles 10 times faster with AI. And then also the certification that proves that you can actually do this with AI. All of that is what gets bundled up into the term AI workflow master. And we're going to learn by doing with AI, and we'll get an exercise to kick this off in a moment. But just first of all, to make sure everyone's chat tool works, we need to test drive that. So first of all, make sure that you have your favorite AI tool ready. That could be ChatGPT, that could be Claude by Anthropic, Google Gemini, Copilot, any of the typical AI tools. What we'll do, we'll work with any of them. And we're going to go hands-on because there's a huge difference between just passively consuming information and proactively participating in the workshop. So if you don't have your favorite AI tool yet, if you are at the starting point, just go ahead, go to chatgpt.com and create an account for yourself. It'll take 30 seconds if you don't have one already. All right, now let's make sure the chat tool is working. Go ahead and give me an answer for A, B, or C. Tell me why you are here. Why are you here? You are answer A, just drop that in the chat. If you are an employee doing the work, you're serving the customers, you're running the jobs. Answer B, if you're a solopreneur and perhaps supporting printers with creative or marketing or specialty services. And answer C, if you are the owner and you are running the shop and the buck stops with you. So go ahead and give me that answer in there. And I see a few of them drifting in. Okay, a little bit of everything in here. So very good. We get a little bit of a mix here today. No matter which you picked, today's workshop is going to give you the tools to move faster and perform better. Now, we're going to tend to focus a little bit more on the owner's lens, but it'll really have kind of a team focus too. So A's and C's for your answer, they're all fit. They're all welcome here. Okay, so we're going to set the stage for the agenda a little bit. And I want to show you the progression from a simple prompt to an upgraded prompt to an AI workflow prompt. And remember, I'm going to give you the AI workflow prompt at the very end of the presentation. So stick around for that so you can grab that. But the simple prompt, just think of that as just exactly what it says, a simple prompt. Tell me a knock-knock joke. It'll do that. AI will tell you a knock-knock joke, but it's too simple. You're not going to get any meaningful work done. So we have a simple prompt. If you go to AI4printers.com, you will see a rotation of the tip of the week, the AI tip of the week, and it starts with a simple prompt. Honestly, I hope you never use that simple prompt because it's too simple. I want you to use the upgraded prompt and ultimately the AI workflow prompt. The upgraded prompt is better, gives you better answers, but still has some manual involvement. And then the AI workflow prompt. It's guided, strategic, it's scalable. This is where the magic happens. So what is the simple prompt? I'm just going to hit this one really quick. There it is on the screen. Suggest 3 new products or service ideas that are adjacent to my current printing offerings. Focus on stretch opportunities that would help me stand out from the competitors. And we can actually see that it will do that. So I did pre-run that just so we can see what does that simple prompt look like. So we drop it in there and we get some information back. And it's not bad information, it's just not very deep. That's what we get with a simple prompt. But we can do better. We can upgrade that prompt, which you can get if you go to AI4printers.com and request that. Now we're asking that prompt to pack a little bit more meaningfulness into it. And you can see it on the screen there. We're giving AI a role to do. You are an innovation strategist, and your role is to help me uncover bold adjacent product services, and you can read the rest. And so I won't go into those details now because we'll do that as we get into this workshop, but just to give you an idea of what that looks like, the upgraded prompt, we put that into AI, and now we're getting some guidance. It's not just a one and done answer. We're getting a first question, a second question, and we're getting a little bit more meaningful information from our AI partner here. And then finally, we get to the AI workflow prompt. And this is part of the AI MBA. We'll talk about that as we get into today's workshop. You'll get this AI workflow prompt at the end. And just to give you the teaser on this, go all the way back up here. And here's our AI workflow prompt. It looks like a lot of information in there. And there is, but it's very easy to use. And we work with AI to get work done. We get to the end and we have more meaningful work done. I wanted to show you that progression just to set the stage from going from a simple to an upgraded to the AI workflow prompt. We're just getting exponentially better with each one of those iterations of how we use that prompt. So let's now get into the meat of our workshop, and that'll all make sense how we pull that together. Here's our agenda. This is all about you plus AI skill development. We will talk about the 3 actions needed to become an AI workflow master, the 3 opportunities that exist for AI workflow masters, and then finally the 3 options for participating in an AI saturated world. Spoiler alert, in addition to the prompt, here's the other thing that you get is you will get $4,000 in AI certifications and training. That's part of the Company Champion Certification Scholarship. You can send your email address into the chat at any time to request that scholarship if you've not already started with that. More details at the end, but you will be getting access to the AI Workflow Practitioner certification, which is 9 ready-to-use, business-focused AI workflows. They're not only going to help you do your business, they're actually going to help you learn how to use AI workflows, which we will do very shortly here. And then at the end result, you can tell the whole world about your certification, that you are certified and know how to use AI workflows and know how to get work done with it. That's free with the scholarship. Also free with the scholarship is the AI Workflow Expert certification. This is 8 workshops. There's really actually 9. There's an introductory one in there as well that teach you how to build the AI workflows that we're talking about. That also comes with the certification that you can use to promote your AI building skills. Also free with the scholarship, 1 per company. Who's claiming the scholarships? Serious AI people. These are the people that either are or want to become AI workflow masters. Now, if you don't feel like a serious AI person yet, it's time to change that. That is absolutely within your reach, and you will be a serious AI person by the end of this workshop. So just a reminder that if you want to get that scholarship for free, that's something you should do on this call. So if you think you might drop off before the end of the call, make sure to put your email address into the chat and claim your scholarship. All right, so now let's talk about the 3 actions associated with AI skill development. Those actions are productivity, performance, and engagement. And it starts with this simple question: how can AI help me do my work faster and easier? Well, we start by breaking down all the role tasks and deliverables, and AI will help us build a toolkit of all our areas of responsibility and the daily work we do in those areas of responsibility. So we're about ready to go hands-on, so have your AI ready. Again, that can be any of the AI tools, Claude, ChatGPT, Copilot, any of them. And I'll give you instructions on how you can build your own productivity toolkit. When we do, you'll see something show up on the screen that will show your areas of responsibility. That's what's listed here. We're looking at a productivity toolkit for sales and marketing and commercial printing. So these would be the areas of responsibility. When we build it out, they'll just go ahead and line up across the top. And then we're going to fill up the columns in each one of those areas of responsibility. That represents the daily work that you do. It looks like a lot of information on the screen, probably because it is. And you have permission to ignore it for now, and we'll bring more attention to that in a little bit. So now we're going to go ahead and create your own toolkit for your role right now. So have your AI ready. Let me get this in, and I'll put this into the chat here. And it is, I think I got one section off of me here. Okay, here it is. It's coming into the chat. So I'm going to put this into the chat and go ahead and copy that and get it ready to paste into your AI tool. But don't paste it in quite yet, because there's a few important things to do before we do it for real here. And so I'll do it along with you. I'll pull up my AI tool. And I'm going to paste that in. And the only thing you need to do before you run it is take a look at those first 3 lines and make sure that you have customized those to represent your role, your company size, and your industry. Pretty safe to say commercial printing, but if you want to add any nuance or color to that, go ahead and adjust that for whatever is going to be most relevant for you. So with that, make those 3 customize those first 3 lines. Everything else stays exactly the same, and just let your AI take it from there. Put it into the AI. So take a few moments and let that run. And mine is running as well. I'm going to hide my sidebar so we can actually see a little bit more of it. I have a smaller screen, so I'm going to scroll left here a bit, left and right. But you should see something similar to this start to show up on your screen right now. And so it's kind of interesting to look at this. How much does AI know about you? With just that little bit of information, we're seeing that AI says, if you were doing this role, here's your areas of responsibility, and here is the work you do within those. Experience shows that this is going to be about 80 to 90% accurate right out of the box. If you look at this and you find that, yeah, this isn't quite right, this doesn't exactly match up with what I do, you might find some of the headings aren't right, or you might find some of the individual work within those columns might need just a little tweak. May or may not. Maybe you like it as it is. But if you see something that isn't quite to your liking, just have that conversation with AI. I don't do, and then whatever it is, find something else for me. Just have that conversation with AI. It'll refine that for you. All right, so on your screen, if you've done that prompt, you should see your personal productivity kit for your role. Don't have to worry about this looking like a lot of information. It's just important to know that AI can get you started in that direction. Okay, so it should look something similar to this. I'm back on my screen. So this is your toolkit. Well, it's actually not quite a toolkit yet. What you've created is more like a toolbox with a bunch of labels on it, and you still need to fill that toolbox with the tools. How do you fill it with the tools? Well, what's on my screen is a toolkit. Now, in this case, all the tools are in one place, are already in place, one for each box. And this is a productivity toolkit with ready-to-use AI workflows. And so that's available as part of the AI for Printers service that we provide. But we can also you can learn how to build your own toolkits too. That's part of that scholarship where you learn how to build the AI workflows. These are the AI workflows. Each one of these items is an AI workflow. So now let's look at that again in a little bit more detail. I want to show you how one of the AI workflows from this toolkit works. So I'm going to show you the AI workflow for the creation of a lead scoring model, which helps you stop guessing at which leads to follow up with and start focusing on the sales that matter the most. So here is the prompt from the toolkit that will do that. And I have pre-run that one again, just so we can see what see the results come quickly. Actually, let's do this. I'm actually going to just run it live here. We'll go and do another chat window here. So if we run that AI workflow prompt, it goes like this. Again, we got a big, huge wall of words. We don't need to worry about that. But let's take a look at how AI is going to work with us here. Few things to point out as we go along on what makes an AI workflow different. An AI workflow is going to ask you to work with it. It's not you just letting AI run on its own and taking over the world. That'll happen soon enough. But for today's purposes, we want AI to come alongside us and do the work. And that's what's happening is step one on this AI workflow, we are defining the lead scoring objectives. And so it's even suggesting what are the lead scoring objectives. Here's the context. Many printers receive a high volume of quote requests, but not all of them are qualified. Price shoppers, students, very small one-off jobs. Sales teams lack a clear ranking system. There's also a risk of missed high-value opportunities. So that's what we're doing is we're dialing into this. And these are the draft objectives. We're drafting the objectives for a lead scoring model. AI is suggesting that these are our objectives. Prioritize high-value prospects, identify sales-ready behavior, filter out low-value inquiries, provide a clear shared system. All of that sounds very, very accurate. And that's the thing about working with AI. It'll reveal information to you. It's a whole lot easier to just let AI come up with that information, and then we can course correct it as we go. And so we'll just say that sounds good. Let's move to step 2. Okay, so we're doing that. Now, this AI workflow prompt is setting us up for multiple steps here because we don't want AI just to run on its own. These little checkpoints are our opportunities to keep it in the right direction. So if anything ever seems a little bit off, we can do that and we can course correct it as we go. Okay, so step 2 is all about identifying high-value lead attributes. And we won't spend a lot of time on the details. I'm going to pick up the pace so we can get into this. The main thing I want you to see is that AI is doing the work with us, and we have opportunities to keep it on track and course corrected if necessary. So there is the section that identifies high-value lead attributes. And we can say, AI asks, does this reflect your picture of an ideal prospect profile? It actually invites us to modify it with us. But for now, we'll just say, yes, let's move on to step 3. Step 3 then shows up. There it comes. Step 3 is defining engagement signals for a commercial printing sales context. Here are the behaviors that typically indicate strong buying intent. We can see them all on there. Again, we'll stay high level. The important thing to see here is we are getting real work done step by step. allowing us to check in with AI. We are providing the context. AI is taking that information and building out everything that we need to do in each step. So we'll say it's accurate. Let's continue. Okay, we'll continue on with AI, and the next step is step 4, assigning weights and scoring rules. We've taken all the information, we're just building more and more information on top of it, one layer at a time. And now here is our weighted scoring model, what AI is suggesting. Industry fit, we found a good industry fit, plus 25 points. Low value industries, not as much of a score on that one, all the way through. It's giving us that scoring model. Again, staying high level, we're going to keep on going. You can see I'm getting lazier and lazier. I'm using fewer words to move AI forward here, but that's okay. AI is on a good path. We'll just let it keep going. Step 5 is drafting a system for score updates. And does that system look good? Yes, continue. And our step 6, integrating lead scoring into the sales process. It only adds value if your sales team uses it daily. So let's start using it daily. And it's giving it suggestion. Again, we can stop and course correct it, saying if you want to do something a little bit differently, let's address that now. But here we are. We can go to our final step, step 7. And I'm getting lazier and lazier. I'm down to just one word to move it forward now. Just hit the word continue. And there's the recap. This is how an AI workflow works. Well beyond that simple tell me a knock-knock joke approach. That's what we can do with AI if we give it the right instructions to work with us. That's an AI workflow. And we'll let that keep rolling off the screen there. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. A few things that maybe has caught me reference already. AI is amazing at filling the gaps when we become lazy humans. If you combine those two things, that means a lot of work will get done very quickly. So that's where I want to encourage you. If this seems like, oh, that's a lot of work to do that, well, look at the amount of work that's happening and how quickly we're getting it done. Humans are faster at editing than creating. So let's let AI put something on the screen and then we can go ahead and edit what it suggests. So that brings us to the first of 3 turkey problems. And there are 3 turkey slides in this presentation. So you get bonus points if you find all 3. I experienced the turkey problem head on when it became clear that AI was going to impact the way that we provide marketing services to help you sell more printing. This turkey problem idea, that comes from a book called The Black Swan. It's an amazing book published around 2009, and it's about the fact that we live in a very unpredictable world where the things that matter the most for the long-term success of the economy and our society and really everything else, that can be impacted by something unpredictable that just comes out of nowhere. And what do you do when you live in a world that's like that? Well, in one of the chapters, the author talks about what he calls the turkey problem. Turkey problem goes like this. Turkey wakes up every single day and is predictably cared for by a farmer. That turkey gets fed every single morning, gets to go out and play in the yard with all of its turkey friends. Really has this really nice place to hang out every night. So this turkey is basically taken care of, living a happy life, and that repeats itself day after day after day after day until the turkey eventually says, this is what being a turkey must be like, and life will be this way forever. Until that one day, and you all know what's coming now. It's usually right before a holiday like Thanksgiving when a turkey usually ends up on a table. Something dramatic changes for that turkey, and the farmer comes out and grabs the turkey by the neck, and all of a sudden, lights out. Well, for us, the turkey problem shows up like this in the real world when it comes to AI. The turkey problem says, all right, AI can do this task, but it certainly can't do this. And then you can put whatever your favorite thing is that you think AI can't do, you put that into that blank. And here's what I'm going to suggest. If it's on your screen right now, and by on your screen, I'm meaning that if it's on the screen where you have built your AI productivity toolkit, if that is on your screen right now, that is a place where you need to be careful on where you're saying, yes, it can't do this. It's there, it's on your screen, and AI can help with every single one of those elements. If it's in your toolkit, not only can AI help you do it, but it will do it at least 10 times faster with no compromise in quality and usually an increase in quality. And I just said that AI will do it. The important piece of that is you plus AI will do that. And let's break that down a bit, because that is an important piece of it. We just saw that it is not AI taking the control and doing absolutely everything. It is you coming alongside with AI and making sure that it's you and AI working together. And can you do the jobs 10 times faster? Hopefully you saw that in the workflow prompts that we just ran through, that yes, that is possible. We really can do the job at least 10 times faster. How about no compromise in quality? That's the one that kind of gets people thinking a little bit. Really, no compromise in quality? Well, think about it. If you're working with AI and checking the work at every step, you're running quality control. So if there is a compromise in quality, that finger needs to come back and point at you, because it's you plus AI. You're providing that quality control, and usually an increase in quality. Couldn't even say that one with a straight face maybe a year or two ago, but with the advances in AI, oh my goodness, it is changing so fast, and it's getting better and better, that there is so much quality happening in there. So not only is that affecting your current role, it also is a nod to your future role, where you can also significantly accelerate and oftentimes even skip the lengthy learning process, because you are working with and learning with AI. All right, let's go on to our next screen here. We spent a lot of time on productivity. We're going to now move into the performance aspect of the 3 actions. So in that productivity toolkit that's on your screen, pretty normal for people to find 5 or 10 workflows in that productivity toolkit that are really going to move the needle and save you a bunch of time. It's not unusual to find that people will shave maybe 20% off of their daily work time. When that happens, think about it this way. If you're used to doing your job Monday through Friday, well, now you can do it Monday through Thursday. Take off that 20%. And now you can take time on Friday to be more strategic. So if we shift into a strategic mindset with AI, a great way to become more strategic is to run what we call performance experiments. And whoever runs the most performance experiments wins. Let's bring that a little bit closer to our world. If you're the printer running the most performance experiments, AI will help you be the printer that wins. So we're going to shift to that productivity toolkit. Now we're going to look to a performance experiments toolkit. So get your AI ready again, so I can give you the instructions to build your own performance experiment toolkit. And when you do, you'll see the key performance indicators. Again, using our example of the performance experiment toolkit for sales and marketing and commercial printing, you're going to see the key performance indicators show up here, and they will build themselves across the top. And these are the things that, in plain English, these are the things that you are responsible for doing better over time in your role. And then we are also going to start filling those columns. And these columns will contain a combination of experts in the field and their known strategies from those experts to help you get the results that you desire. So let's go ahead now and add the performance experiments toolkit to our previous one. And we're going to do another prompt. So have your AI ready. Take the information you had from before. Same thing as before. Let me get the right one in here. I'll get this into the chat for you, and we will do this together. Now, just a weird, quirky thing about my meeting software, it takes some of the information in that I just sent you, and it turns it into emojis and smiley faces and things like that. Pay no attention to that. Just copy that out. In general, history says that when you copy that back out, you'll get the information back in the way that you expect it. So go ahead and grab that and get ready. Add that to your productivity toolkit. Use the same chat. That's the important thing, is you need to make sure that you're using that same chat from before that drew out your productivity toolkit, and just add it in here like this. This time you don't need to customize anything because it remembers the information we customized from before. Just drop it into your AI and let it run. And AI will give us the first draft of the AI Performance Toolkit for the role of owner of a 10-person commercial printing company, or whatever it is when it's customized based on your previous chat there. So we're starting to see that. We're starting to see that roll across here. Our key performance indicators, the things we need to do to make things better. Increased revenue growth. I think we can all agree that's a good target to aim for. Let's do that. Increased gross profit margin, optimize production efficiency. Yours are going to be customized to you. This is a self-customizing prompt. So same instructions as before. As this builds, if you find that it's not quite right in one area or not what you would expect, just go ahead and have that conversation with AI. Type it in there saying, I don't do this, or I want to do this, and you can fine tune that. But we'll let that run at that high level today. So we'll let yours keep running as well. And so when it's done, you will have another wall of text. Looking at a wall of text in itself, not that interesting. But what it represents is very interesting. This is the time that it saves and the value it creates. This is the kind of work that represents tens of thousands of dollars. And we're compressing that. We're compressing both clock time and calendar time. We're getting it done very quickly. So we are now going to look at the Performance Experiments Toolkit within the AI workflows for sales and marketing and commercial printing. And the toolkit on my screen is ready for you to use in this Performance Experiments Toolkit. Again, with the scholarship, you can learn how to build your own AI workflows as well. But let's try this one out. We're going to go ahead and actually, in this case, I'm going to use the pre-run one because we've already seen an AI workflow in action. But let me go back into, let's see, where are we at here? Performance Experiment. There we go. And we'll go back all the way up to the top. So a Performance Toolkit experiment will look like this. Again, a big, huge chunk of information. And what we're doing is we're going to have AI help us run this experiment. Same as before. We have a clear, structured approach to increasing retention through hyper-personalized experiences specifically tailored for a commercial printing business of your size. If you were to run this, this would self-customize for your business, for the parameters that you've given it. And now we go through the steps. Step 1, analyze the current level of personalization. AI is going to ask you for information. How are you currently personalizing customer interactions? For example, do you personalize emails? Does your website show dynamic content, sales reps, automated workflows, and so on? Once we provide that, AI will do its work here. And we give it some information. It says, all right, here's what I came up with for step 1. And it asks, do you agree? And we can adjust it. Again, this is our course correcting moment here. If we don't think that AI has got it quite right, we can tell AI, no, change that up. Or we just tell it to continue. Same thing all the way through. Very similar to what we did with the productivity toolkit. We're having the step-by-step work now with the performance experiment. And these are things that we just go through all of the steps. AI will bring in its input and it'll bring in our input, and it will do the work for each step until we get to the very end. And I'm just going to fast forward through all of it. When we run this for real, you'll take a few thoughtful moments to provide that information, but it really just takes a few moments compared to the days there or even weeks that it would take to do this on your own without AI. And when we are done, we have a hyper-personalization strategy that we can put into the world as an experiment to run. All right, so there is the prompts that we just looked at. And let's go back to the Performance Experiment Toolkit again. Everything on here can be turned into a bunch of experiments to help you move forward. And AI can help you run those experiments in a hugely efficient manner. So notice that as we do this, AI is going to be pulling information out of you. Those are the different steps that will help bring it to the surface, things that you may not have even thought about before. So as we do this, now you're starting to get a feel for whoever runs the most performance experiments wins. If you're the printer running the most performance experiments, AI will help you be the printer that wins. These are the things that we're going to make things better, that'll help you enhance your brand messaging or increase your qualified lead volume, all those type of things. And if you've ever set out to accomplish a goal in business or your personal life, you know that it just starts by doing that first thing to bring you closer to that goal. You just got to find that first thing. And if you knew how to do that first thing, you'd already be doing it. So finding that first thing, that's step number one. Then, because you need to stretch yourself to the target, you're going to sit down, you're going to create a list of ideas, you're going to come up with a list of maybe 10 or more things. And if you've ever done this before, if you paid attention to the experiments you ran, you'll come to the conclusion that out of those 10 ideas, every single one of which you thought would be helpful, maybe 8 of them don't make a difference at all. You'll try something, it won't be as helpful as you'd hoped. You made promises to yourself about the results and didn't quite hit those promises. And you know what? That's fine. That's the risk that comes with an experiment. We're experimenting. We're trying to find that one thing that really moves the needle. Now, you might also find that one of the things that make things better, that you thought would make things better, maybe actually even made it worse. You thought something would improve the results, but it took progress in the other direction. I know that doesn't sound like a fun one to talk about, but let's be real, that happens sometimes. But hiding somewhere in those ideas that you're looking through, you're going to find that one gem that's going to make the difference. And if you knew which one that was, you'd just do that right away. You wouldn't even have to have a conversation like this. We wouldn't need to talk about experiments. So in order to produce the better results, what we need to do is run as many of these performance experiments as we can. That's why we say the whole game here is that whoever runs the most performance experiments wins. So let's just pretend that you and I are very similar in our experience and expertise. Reality says maybe you're better at marketing than me. Maybe you're worse at marketing than me. But for this conversation, let's just pretend that we are exactly equally capable. We're working on a marketing project. You're going to do it the old way without AI. I'm just going to run all of these marketing experiments as fast as I possibly can. And at the end of the quarter, we'll find that I will have run circles around you because I ran the most performance experiments. And that is what takes us to turkey slide number 2. You might be looking at AI and saying, well, it can't replace my expertise. Well, if you look at what we've just looked at here, you should be able to say 2 things. You should be able to say that AI can help me create a lead scoring model. That's the productivity experiment that we ran. We also should be able to say that AI can help develop a hyper-personalization strategy that enhances customer retention. That's what we just looked at on the screen a few moments ago. And you might also now be saying, but it can't replace my expertise. But what I'm going to say is that if you ran the prompts to create your own list of performance experiments and then looked at these experiments for your current role, you'll find that it is you plus AI can run the performance experiment at least 10 times faster with no compromise in quality and usually an increase in quality, not compared to yourself without AI, but compared to the world's top experts. So not only is your expertise in danger, every expert's expertise is in danger. And this is the major aha moment for people in this new AI world, being able to run these performance experiments faster than anybody else. Now, even better, in your future role, imagine becoming the person that no matter how the world changes around you, you're able to produce results 10 times faster than anybody else, still adapting to this changing world. That's what we're looking at here. All right, let's move on to engagement. We need to do 2 things when we talk about engagement. We need to track results, and we need to communicate progress and expertise in the form of certifications. So we have a process that we just very simply look at: what did you work on? How long did it take you to do with AI? How long did it take you to do before without AI? All of that calculates a number, and your job is to make that number go up as high as you possibly can for everyone on your team. Now, if you don't think measuring progress is a big deal, just think about the last time you posted on LinkedIn or any social media. What do? First thing you do, grab the phone, it's like, oh, there's an engagement. The red dot, it showed up. You're checking progress. That's what makes social media so addicting to so many people. Tracking makes an enormous difference in engagement. The second thing, certifications. That's what marks and rewards your progress. And the certifications allow you to prove your AI expertise. That's something you can use to promote it for you and your team and show the world that you know how to use AI to get results beyond just tell me a knock knock joke. All right, we are about 45 minutes in, and we are actually getting close to the finish line, probably about 10 minutes away. So let's look at the opportunities that result from becoming an AI workflow master. When we look at the opportunities, just kind of look at the orders of magnitude that show up when there's a major shift in technology. It happens every single time. We've lived through some of these already. There's the PC revolution. Microsoft came out of nowhere, and they're now world famous and fabulously wealthy. Internet, Amazon came out of nowhere. Social media, there was a time when no one had heard of Facebook until it came out of nowhere and became everywhere. Same thing with Uber, transportation revolution. Uber came out of nowhere. So there are opportunities for everybody here to come out of nowhere. The idea is that you have to see the opportunity and you have to take action. So what are those opportunities? AI Workflow Master opportunity number one is for employees, where you can upskill yourself as an employee. The employees are running the equipment, managing the projects, maybe leading some teams, keeping the jobs flowing. Now, if that's you, AI can help you do the work of 10 people, not by replacing anyone, but by making you way more valuable. Used to be a stigma with AI, maybe still is for some people, that if you start using AI, you're going to work yourself out of a job and get fired. You're worried that you're going to set yourself up to be replaced by AI. Well, who gets let go? It's not the person using AI to do the work of 10 people. It's the other 9 people not being productive that are going to get fired. So I won't hang out on this one too long here today, but if you're in a specific role, there's a lot of upside for you to upskill your work. As a business owner, these are the kind of employees that you want. AI Workflow Master opportunity 2, that's for the solopreneurs in the room, the freelancers, consultants, designers, specialists who support print shops from the outside. I didn't see any of those in our earlier survey, so we won't spend much time here today. However, I will point out, it's just worth noting, experts are saying, and then in the next few years, we're going to see the world's first billion-dollar valuation solopreneur, which just sounds crazy. But let's just even scale that down to 100 million. Well, these already exist, the 1 million, the 10 million, the $100 million solopreneurs. What that might mean to you is if you're a printer, I've talked with a number of printers, maybe ready to transition to an encore career, you might be that solopreneur, and AI can help you get there. But we're going to keep moving because we want to stay inside the print shop and not orbiting around it. Let's talk about what really moves the needle if you own the whole thing. That is opportunity number 3, which is make more money as a company. Now the focus shifts to the team that you employ. What happens when an organization full of people starts to apply these AI mastery methods to their roles? You get to the point where the employer that builds a team with the most AI workflow masters wins. Let me say that one again. Whoever has the team with the most AI workflow masters wins. You can move faster than your competitors. You can find new opportunities. You can execute the most AI-powered performance experiments. You will be positioned to be the printer and marketing service provider that emerges out of the AI revolution. All right, the last part of our agenda here. You've got 3 options. The first one is do nothing. By far, my least favorite option should be yours as well. It's a bad idea because you are living in a world that expects you to use AI to do the work of 10 people. It's not enough to have a fleeting familiarity with AI. You need to know how to use AI to come alongside you to do real work every day. That real work, that's all the boxes that we looked at on those 2 grids, the productivity and performance experiments. That's the real work that AI can help with. If we go back to Andrew Wilkinson's job posting, just look at this line. He says, would never hire a lawyer unless you absolutely had to. If you kind of read through his post, that kind of stands out as maybe a little bit unusual, maybe a little out of place. But here's what he's saying. He's saying you would never spend company resources on external service providers unless you have tried to first solve the problem with AI yourself. And then and only then are you allowed to spend company resources on expensive outside service providers. So the turkey does nothing. Don't do nothing. Please don't be an AI turkey. You don't have to be. You can turn into an AI eagle. It can be a tough year for a lot of people if you're not ready for this new world, but it can be a very good year if we can help you get focused on the opportunities for AI workflow masters. Now, if you decide to do something, this is something that you can do yourself. You really can, but it will take time for you to filter through all of the AI buzz and hype to find the good stuff. If you do it yourself, you have to hope that you can get your AI skills to the point where you can stay ahead of the advances in AI, and those advances come so fast. And you can find help from others to do it too. Just spend a few moments on social media. You'll find plenty of ads offering AI help. But consider this, if you've seen some things here today that you haven't seen before, as we went through the AI workflows, that might suggest to you that my AI community understands some things about AI that others do not, and that you might want to consider continuing your AI journey with marketing ideas for printers, because we are laser focused on helping printers with their AI journey. That brings us back to the scholarship. That's why we're offering this scholarship, to help you get started. It's the Company Champion Certification Scholarship. It's $4,000 in AI training and certifications, and it's yours for free if you add your email address to the chat by the time we close this session out. Then we'll get you set up with that scholarship. Here's what that includes. It includes the AI Workflow Practitioner certification. That is 9 AI workflows, yours to keep and yours to use as long as you want. You pass the exam, and it's a really easy, almost like an open book exam that shows that you have used the AI workflows, and that gives you the AI Workflow Practitioner certification. Why do you want that? It shows that you have a practical way to apply AI to your real-world business challenges. No risk and immediate payoff. Normally $1,000, but because of my involvement in this community, that is free with the scholarship. The second piece of it, by the way, I should also mention that this is available for everybody in your organization. So the AI Workflow Practitioner, sign up for the scholarship, everybody gets that. The next one is the AI Workflow Expert certification. That is available for one person in your company. So that may be you. If you're here on this call, likely is, but if you're thinking that someone else is your AI builder, you can line them up for that AI Workflow Expert certification as well. This is 8, it's really 9 with the introduction, advanced workshops that teach you how to build AI workflows. These are the same kind of workflows that we've been looking at in that productivity grid and the performance experiment grid. Once you learn how to do that, you will earn the expert level AI Workflow Expert credential to promote your new AI builder skills. That course, normally $3,000. That's also free with my involvement in the AI, simple AI community. So that is free with the scholarship. The AIWE is 1 per company. So you can get them both outside the workshop for $4,000, or you can claim the workshop here, or claim the scholarship here in the workshop and get both of them at no charge. It's high value and it's a no-brainer, and I'm offering it to you because I love working with printers. I want to see you succeed with AI and not just play catch up. So if that is something that you are ready to proceed with, just go ahead and drop your email address into the chat and we'll make sure to get you set up. The other thing that I want to make really clear on this, because we haven't talked about this as much on some of the workshops, is the scholarship also includes a 30-day trial of the AI MBA. The AI MBA is over 3,200 proven AI workflows. You get guidance from world-class experts. That's what the AI is bringing to the work that we're doing here. Guidance in sales, operations, leadership, and finance, HR, multiple categories. This is something just like the workflows we saw earlier. It's ready in just moments. You don't have to stare at a blank page. You just run the AI workflow prompt and you can work with AI. It's consultant level results on demand 24/7. So you also get access to that 30-day AI MBA trial with the scholarship. All right, let's wrap things up. The future belongs to AI workflow masters. Remember, in your current role, you will be able to do the work of 10 people when you use AI. Future roles, you'll learn new roles and skills 10 times faster, and you will earn the certifications to prove it. You can prove that to the world that you are ready to use AI in a meaningful and productive way. So for me, this is personal. I started exploring AI partly out of curiosity, but mostly because I wanted to make sure that my company, Marketing Ideas for Printers, was prepared for a world about to be saturated with AI. But it became so much more than that. It's personal. I've spent my career helping printers succeed, and I've never seen a shift like this one. AI is not a trend, it's a transformation, and you can approach this transformation not with fear, but with confidence. I want you to have those tools, that confidence and the support, not only just to keep up with AI, but to actually lead with AI. That's why we have the AI for Printers program. It's specifically for printers like you because it fits perfectly with our promise of helping you sell more printing. And with that, I'll wrap things up. And for those of you that are on the call live, stick around. And after the recording ends, I'm going to drop in the AI workflow prompt so that you can use the one of the tools from the AI MBA. So with that, I will end the recording. And for those on the call, stick around and we'll get that prompt in your hands and stick around for a few minutes for some additional information.